Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a simple, fun, everyday look. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. First, we're going to start off by using primer. I like to use the Santee Face Primer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a little bit in my hand and rub it between my fingers like this. Go ahead and try to get it nice and warmed up before it gets on your skin. You always want to make sure that you're using a clean base. So you want to wash your face. People with oily skin like myself, I like to use the Dove soap, the original scent. And if you don't have that on hand, something like Dial antibacterial will really help clear up like your pores and blemishes and really get that oil out of your skin. If you have dry skin, then you're going to want to use something more hydrating. The Dove Cucumber and Melon, I believe it's called, is the best one to use for dry skin. It really hydrates your skin. I can't use it because I have oily skin, but people with dry skin, it'll be really good. So now that we have that primer nice and warmed up in our hands, I've been rubbing it the whole time I've been talking, we're going to want to go ahead and apply that in our T-zone. Your T-zone is going to be your forehead, under your eyes, your nose, and your chin. I kind of like to stay away from my top lip, just because this is a mattifying cream. Alright, so now that we got that all applied, what I do next, just to give this enough time to go ahead and soak in, is I like to go ahead and get started on these eyebrows. Now, this is not the natural shape of my eyebrows. I do tweeze my eyebrows probably about once a week. I don't really like getting them waxed just because I have super sensitive skin, and I tend to break out from waxing a lot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit closer so you can see how I like to do my eyebrows. Alright, so first you want to start off with a spoolie, which is this little doohickey right here. You want to go ahead and comb them nice and up and over. So the front you're going to want to keep up and then go right on over by that arch. Do the same thing to the other one. Comb them up and go right on over. Now, I do have face tattoos, so what I like to do, especially because I keep my hair dark for the majority of the part, I like to go in with a color that's just a little bit darker than my natural eyebrow color. So, what I'm going to be grabbing today is the new LA Colors Browy Wowie Brow Pencil. This also has a spoolie on it. I like to use just a clean one to start off, just so I'm not getting any extra product in my brows where I don't normally like product at. This is kind of a thicker tipped pencil, so what you want to do is you want to make sure you're really careful because it does have a lot of pigment to it. And so what you're going to want to do, get in real close here, is just start imitating little brow hairs towards the front of your brow. Just little hairs like that. Then what you're going to want to do is go real close in between the brows. Now, we don't do a block brow anymore, okay, you guys? That was 2015. That look is over with, and you want to kind of follow the direction of your brows. If you have more of a bushy brow, then you don't really have anything to worry about. But if you have brow kind of like mine, where the hairs are real sparse in there, then you want to really get in there. And normally it only takes me maybe at the most about 10 minutes to go ahead and fill in my brows. Just because, like I said, we're not doing blocky brows anymore, you guys, okay? You want to take that tail and bring it right on down. Now, my brows do stop short, so you're going to so on my face, I'm going to really kind of bring that brow down. Just like that. And see, didn't take long. Wasn't very much hard work, and you're going to want to go ahead and spoolie that product in there just so you know it gets all the way down to the root. Just like that. And look at that. Brow done. I mean, come on now. No brow, Instagram brow. No brow, Instagram brow. That took all of 2 minutes, okay? Then you're going to want to go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. Start by filling in the very front of your brow, just a little bit, imitating brow-like strokes. Nothing crazy. Make sure you're not pushing too hard because this product is very, very pigmented. Then what you're going to want to do is go in right in between those hairs and start filling that in. Go ahead and extend that tail. Now, like I said, I do have face tattoos, so here I do have to start pushing a little harder just so it actually shows up on me, because I do have black lettering on my face. You're going to make sure both your brows are as even as possible. See, I can already tell down here and right up here, there's not enough product. So I'm going to want to really go in there and just kind of continuously go over that. Now, you're going to take the other end once again and spoolie that on through. You don't want any crazy harsh lines in there because we are trying to do more of a natural eyebrow. But you know, still keep them nice and fleet. Now, yes, it's okay that there's extra product around it. This product does wipe off quite easily. But like I said, it's so pigmented. It's definitely worth it. I think I paid all of $3 for this at Walmart. I'm sure you can get it at your local Target. I'm sure Family Dollar probably even really has it. Okay, now that we're done with brows, we are going to go ahead and move on to something a little different than what most people do on their YouTube channels. I do get breakouts, you know, all my little not so cute friends. What I like to do is I like to take one of the only things I'm going to be using today, actually, that's not drugstore brand, is going to be my Tarte Shape Tape. Obviously, I'm sure all of you guys have heard about it by now. It's a very popular product. I mean, this right here can cover up just about anything. I mean, your sins, your secrets, it's going to cover it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in real close so you can really see all these blemishes I have. And what I'm going to do is called a spot treatment. So I'm just going to literally boop, 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 boop. I'm okay with my mole showing. It's not really that big of a deal. I do cover it up with my foundation, but as far as for this part, what's the use? Going right there, that little guy. We're going to call him Fred today. Got to get Fred out of there. His little friends scattered up my forehead a little bit there. All right, and after we get that together, I like to use two different beauty blenders. The first one, this is going to be my All the Time beauty blender. I got it at Walmart. It's not the brand beauty blender per se. It's made by Real Techniques. It was, I think, $7. Works just as good as a real beauty blender does. And then I actually ordered this one off Wish. As you can see, my beauty blenders are dirty. Trust me, I know they need to be washed. I did wet it. It got a little bigger, but it is still kind of dense. But that's a good thing for when we're doing spot treatments, because you want to really, really get that in there, just so when you do go over it with foundation, it doesn't move. So we're going to go ahead and just press that in. And yes, it's still going to look a little light because the concealer is lighter than my face complexion. So don't worry about, you know, having like light spots. Once you put foundation over it, it will, you know, cover up all those light spots. And just in case you're wondering why I keep looking down, I actually have a mirror that's right in front of me that I'm using as well as a viewfinder. So if you're wondering like, hey, why do you keep looking down? We're up here. That's why. Just so I can really, you know, see what I'm doing and make sure that I'm not looking crazy. Also, in case you're wondering, you know, why the quality isn't all that great, this is my first YouTube video. So bear with me. I promise my channel will be well worth it. I'm actually going to be doing a lot of giveaways on my channel, testing a bunch of new products, which I also have here in front of me today. This video isn't sponsored, hashtag should be, but it's not. I did go on e.l.f. Cosmetics website and got a lot of their new products, which we'll be getting to in just a second. But I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, you know, so if I seem a little nervous, if I'm doing the thing a lot, my apologies now. Like I said, I will get a lot better and a lot stronger at this. Just kind of try to deal with me for now. Like I said, it will be well worth it. This will not only be a makeup channel, this will also be a style, fashion, crazy hair, just getting into a lot of different things, beauty hacks, DIYs. So yeah, just bear with me. All right, now that we're past the Lorena Talks Too Much part, we're going to go ahead and we are actually going to prime our eyelids. I do not like doing my foundation first just because most eyeshadows do have a lot of fallout, especially if they're really pigmented. It's just something that kind of happens. You kind of got to go with it. So we're going to go ahead and prime our eyelids. What we're going to use is we're also going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. I use the color light medium, not just to, color correct or spot correct or prime my eyelids. I use it whenever I'm using Tarte, period. I do have more of an olive skin tone. I'm actually not tanned right now at all. As you can tell, my arm is the same color as my face. A girl needs to go tanning. But, and this shade just works perfect for me. Not every shade is going to work perfect for everybody. Just like not all products are going to work perfect for everybody. So, try to keep that in mind. These are just products that I like to use daily. You don't have to. Alright, so anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to blend that out, making sure that we do not hit that eyebrow and just getting right up under there. Just a nice, easy blend. Tarte Shape Tape is the best concealer in my opinion. It blends out flawlessly, easy. As you can see, this is real time. I'm not speeding anything up. And I mean, it blended out like a dream. I mean, come on now, a couple pats, boom, it's gone. Now the thing with Tarte Shape Tape is you do have to set it. And for today, I'm going to be using the new e.l.f. setting powder in this shade 81510 Sheer. I would just said sheer to begin with, Lorena. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take some of that and just put it into the lid. It doesn't have to be a lot. These containers are extremely tiny. They are only $4 though, and a little does go a long way. This is a translucent setting powder, and it does not have flashback. So anybody wondering, does it have flashback? It doesn't. Honestly, I'm not famous enough to be in somebody's flash photography. So to me, even if it did, I mean, for $4 and it works the way it does, hell, why not, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take just a little bit of that on there. I know it looks like a lot on camera, but it's really a little. And just go ahead and set that eye. Just because you don't want it to crease, and when you're putting powder on top of cream, it is not going to blend correctly. I know a lot of beauty gurus are starting to not set their eyelid after they prime. Me, just with the products that I use mainly drugstore products. I just feel like it works so much better if I prime my eyelid first. I'm also going to go ahead and go in with the Wet n Wild brush. It's a stippling brush. It does not have a name on it. This is what it looks like though if you're curious. Mine is dirty. And I'm going to go in with just a little more powder and just brush that on there. Just so I know I'm not leaving any excess. And just a little more on the other side. Boom. Our eyelids are primed, set, ready for hell, war, whatever else you want to go through today. So, when I was on the e.l.f. website, I did grab a few things. The setting powder being one of them. Also, what I grabbed is their new Sculpting Silk eyeshadow palette in the color Rosé All Day. Now, this eyeshadow palette retails for about $4.99. It is beautiful. I did swatch the colors already, but there's 3 colors in there. We have like a light neutral tan, like a warm tan, and then we have more on the just a really rich chocolate color. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to go in with one of their new blending brushes. It's extremely small. It is the eye blending brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap into this bottom shade down here, this lightest color. Watch this fall out though. Whew. Well, that didn't taste very good. Jesus. But they are super pigmented. And I'm going to lay this down as a transition color, which means I'm going to go right on in, right above that crease, and just start building that in. windshield wiper motions, back and forth, back and forth. Now this color is quite similar to my face color, so it might not pop up all that great on camera, but let me tell you, in real life, hello, transition shade, boom. Now, we're going to go ahead, tap off that extra, and go right on into the other side. I don't like using circular motions unless I'm doing, you know, like a crazy look or something. I do like to just use back and forth motions on more neutral, fun looks, which is kind of what I'm going to be going for today. To be honest with you, it's really late at night. When I'm done with this video, I'm going to take my makeup off, jump in the shower, probably watch a little Netflix, chill with my husband, and call it an evening. I do like to flip that corner up just a little bit, not hitting the brow, just so I don't have a rounded shape. Because, drop my brush. Because when you're working with those neutral colors, they will end up, you know, especially when you're doing windshield wiper motions, they will end up kind of just rounding off. So you want to make sure you keep flicking your brush up. Now, I've built this color up to where it's just slightly darker. Let me zoom you guys in a little here. To where it's just slightly darker than my actual skin tone. So next we're going to go into the Beautiful Browns by e.l.f. Come on now, really? Does anybody use these things anymore? No. Stop giving them to us. We're going to go into the Beautiful Browns palette, which is going to be 4 shades. They are listed as base, lid, crease, and line. I don't follow by the rules just because who puts a sparkly shade in their crease? If it works for you, great. It doesn't work for me. It's not something that I personally love to do. But anyways, so I'm going to, using that same eye blending brush, I'm going to go now into this palette, and I'm going to take this lid color, which is pretty close to the color I just used. It is a little lighter, and I'm going to work that just above that color I put down, but making sure to stay away from that brow bone. Once again, windshield wiper motions, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, flicking that corner out just like that. And you're going to really want to make sure everything is blended together well. You don't want to be able to tell the line and the difference of colors you used. So flicking that end out, windshield wiper motions back and forth. Flick that end out a little more. Alright, now see, it did a little difference, not much, just a little bit. As you can see, these do have super fallout. Don't get me wrong, I do have dark circles under my eyes. It's been a long couple of days, you guys, but there is fallout all down here. Hence the reason I do not do my foundation first, but like I said, if a eyeshadow is pigmented, it is going to have fallout. It is a guarantee. There's not really much you can do about it. You just kind of got to deal with it. So now going back into that first palette, the Sculpting Silk Eyeshadow in Rosé All Day. I'm going to now go in with this darkest shade at the top just to kind of darken up that outer corner. Like I said, we are going to be doing, you know, more of a neutral look, you know, nothing crazy. I'm going to take the same type of brush that I was just using, that eye blending brush by e.l.f., but I'm going to be using a clean one this time just because you don't want to lose the colors. So I'm going to go into that darker shade, pat, 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 tap the excess off the brush. Not very much fallout with the darker color. That's great. And I'm going to go right below that first color that I laid down just to darken that crease up a little bit. Make sure you're still flicking that edge out. Go ahead and darken that up like so. And keep on going. Now, these colors you do have to build up a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. I understand. Not a big deal. This time I'm going to try going in without tapping off the excess and see if we get any different color payout. There we go. Now, if you see, it is starting to darken up. Like I said, you want to do just in that crease and right on that outer corner. Now, if you decide it's too dark, you know, you don't like it, the shades aren't blending the way that you would want them to, you can always go in with a clean brush. Try to keep it, you know, more of a puffy but yet flat brush, and you can just go in and blend and blend and blend, and you will be able to tone those colors down. Now I'm going to go back in on the other side, the crease and that outer corner, kind of like a V shape or the peace sign. That's how I'm going to be working this in. Just going back and forth, continuously blending, flicking up still. We're still flicking up, and go back and forth, just like that. And then you are going to want to make sure that both sides are even. You see how this is just a slightly darker in there, so we're going to go in one last time, tap off the extra, and go right back in and really work this color right on in there. Like I said, it's always easier to build up than it is to take away. There are ways to take away, but, I mean, who wants to be taking extra long doing their makeup? I mean, come on now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to really work that same shade in right in here. Just really pat, 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 pat. If you're wondering why I'm not using 1,000 different brushes, it's because I have learned to work with the same type of brush, but using it in different ways. And what I mean by that is, just because it's a fluffy brush doesn't mean you can use it for your lid, or just because it's a flat brush doesn't mean you can't use it, you know, to blend things out. It's all about the type of brushes you have, as far as by what brand they are, and, you know, things like that. Now, if you go to Dollar Tree and buy a bunch of brushes, obviously they're not going to work like e.l.f. or ColourPop or Tarte or MAC or, you know, things like that. So just make sure, you know, your brushes are at least decent. There is plenty of affordable drugstore brushes that work just as great as name brand brushes. So now that we're done with that, we're going to do an all over lid shade. I'm kind of nervous about this just because I haven't really used too awful many sparkly, glittery, holographic colors by e.l.f. Their matte shades are wonderful, as you can tell. I mean, look at this blend. Okay, the gradients there is awesome. Like I said, once again, there is fallout. Not a big deal because they are pigmented and they do blend out to perfection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into that beautiful browns, and I'm going to use this crease color right here. I don't know if you guys can really see it on camera, but it is more of a foiled gold color. Well, what I'm going to do to really make sure that I get the most payoff pigment as possible, I'm going to take my e.l.f. flat brush. Go ahead and hold this up for you guys. It is e.l.f. It doesn't have a name on it, but it is a flat brush. As you can tell, it's very small and flat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Pro Sealer Makeup Setting Spray by Clean Color. Hold that up for you guys to see it. I did get this off of Hush. This was $3. This is the best mattifying like makeup setting spray that I think I've ever used. And I do, you know, I like, you know, name off a couple, you know, Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray or Max Fix Plus, and you know, those are great setting sprays, but this video is more of an affordable video. I do have higher end products, but like I said, I'm a drugstore kind of girl. Not everybody can have money, you know, so, I mean, if we can glam together for a decent price, let's do it. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to take this spray and I'm just going to doop, 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 doop. Go ahead and wet that down real nice. I'm going to go into this palette. I'm going to go ahead and grab that gold foiled color on both sides of my brush. I'm going to really try to pick that up just as much as I can, just so I can have a nice amount of payoff. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to just put this on the lid. Okay, not as much color as I was hoping for, but it is cute. Let's see here. Let's really try to get that on in there. I mean, it's cute. Do I love this color? No. Maybe if it was a lighter toned gold, yes. Don't get me wrong, it is pigmented. It is cute. My skin tone, I don't necessarily know if I love it, but it is cute. I mean, will I wear it again? Obviously. I love anything e.l.f. They are, to me, one of the best makeup brands on the market. especially if you're looking for affordable makeup. They do have, you know, awesome service. If you're ordering offline, when I ordered about 4 days ago, you know, I got my products in today. So 4 days is not that long of a wait, especially compared to a lot of other people that I've ordered from, where it takes, you know, 2 weeks, or you order it and then they tell you a week later, oh, out of stock, and then you're like, really? You know, you already charged my card. What the hell's going on? But yeah, I mean, I love e.l.f. Not everybody does. I stand behind them 100%. Even if it's a makeup product that I personally don't like, I do like to recommend to other people who may be able to use it better than I do. So, I mean, like I said, hashtag not sponsored, hashtag should be though. So I'm going to go back in with that lid color from that same palette. And I'm going to really try to pick some up here, just so I can go ahead and blend that perfectly in with that gold I just laid down. You don't want to kind of overdo it. You want to make sure you get that right on in there like that. Like I said, remember to keep flicking up, flicking up, flicking up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that eye, as far as shadow, is complete. Go back in on the other side. Do the same thing. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Flicking up, flicking up, flicking up, flicking up. Windshield wiper motions. Flicking up, flicking up. Really getting that over there in that inner corner. Like I said, you want to make sure both eyes are even. You don't want to walk around and look like you got punched in one eye and then dodge the hit in the other eye. So back and forth, windshield wiper motions, flicking up, flicking up. All right, and now that we've did that, what I like to do, just because I do already have primer down, is just take a washcloth, one you don't care about, and just go ahead and kind of lightly brush away all that excess fallout. Just because when you put your foundation on, you don't want under your eyes to be darker. So go ahead and brush that off from the other side. Okay. Now I'll go in and do eyeliner and such last. Well, after I do my foundation, just because eyeliner and mascara doesn't really have fallout. I know a lot of people, when they use mascara, they tend to get it down here or up here, which I'm going to show you a little trick for that here in just a moment. But now remember, we do already have down our foundation. You want to make sure, our primer. You want to make sure it is nice and tacky in our T-zone, which it does feel nice. So today for foundation, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go in with the Fit Me Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily Skin in the shade 310 Sun Beige, which is normally the color that I use when I'm tan. So to lighten that up and for a little more coverage, I am going to go in with the only other product I have that is not drugstore, is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation. It's full coverage with a matte finish and oil-free, because I do have oily skin. So what I'm going to do is on the back of my hand, just nice and simple, you know, nothing fancy, is take 1 squirt of that, just one. Top that back off. And then go in with this, which does not have a pump, I know. But what I do is I just flip it upside down, and I'm going to go in with 3 scoops or 3 finger layers, I guess you could call it, of that. And I'm going to take just a little small brush, you know, one that we don't really care about, or just one we can use the end of, and go ahead and mix that together. See what color we can come up with. Once you have that all nice and mixed together, we're going to go ahead and see if we can use that. Let's try it on the other side. It's a little light, but it's okay. No big deal. you know, not the end of the world here. And if it is too light, whichever foundation was darker, and for me that's going to be the Fit Me, you just go ahead and add a little more. Take your brush once again and go ahead and mix that right on up. And take your finger and just apply it. Since I do have face tattoos, I kind of go ahead and leave that area alone just so it doesn't take me so long to clean it up afterwards. Because I don't always cover up my tattoos. The only time I do is like if I really need to, or you know, if I'm just feeling more of like a chic look, which is, you know, hardly ever. But so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to start blending that on in so we can stop looking crazy. We're going to make sure you pull your hair back because you want to really get up in there. You do not want your foundation and your hairlines to be different colors because then people are going to know you're wearing makeup. And I go over my lips just because I end up wiping them before I put on any lip products anyways. So trying to avoid it would be pointless. But so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and beat that face, honey. Pull that hairline back and go ahead and really get in there. Like I said, I have face tattoos, so I'm actually going to avoid that area as much as possible. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to avoid it entirely, and I am going to have a little bit of cleanup to do, but a little bit is sure in the heck better than a lot. Especially when you have, you know, almost half your face done here. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I will try to answer as many questions as possible. You can ask me, you know, pretty much anything as long as it's appropriate. I don't mind. If you have tattoo questions, if you have, you know, hair questions, you know, even personal life questions. I mean, like I said, as long as it's appropriate, I don't mind answering it. It's not a big deal. I'm not that much of a private person, really. You know, I don't do anything shameful. I'm not ashamed of anything I have done. So yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and, you know, feel free. You could pause the video now. Go ahead and comment below. I'll wait. Okay, no joking. But if you do, you know, have any questions, go ahead and leave them below for me and, you know, I'll get to them. Like I said, on this channel, I will be doing a lot of giveaways. Yeah, and they'll be fun giveaways. I mean, it's not going to be, you know, I'm not going to give away one little liquid lipstick. You know, it's going to be bundles of things. And, you know, I have a lot of things now to give away. I just haven't figured out exactly, you know, what I want the first package to be. Which I may change. So make sure you do like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on that in case I do change my mind and end up wanting to do a giveaway. Alright, now that we have that blended in pretty much to perfection, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in with with a Wet n Wild foundation brush, and I'm going to go ahead and really buff that in just so I know there's not, you know, too much extra product laying around, and, you know, then that's when it starts to become looking a little cakesy indeed. You want to make sure, I do have smile lines, they are really deep right in here, so I like to smile and then really get in there and work it in just so I know exactly where they are. Not all foundations and concealers and such crease up right away, so, you know, sometimes it's gonna be hard to tell where you're gonna crease up based on that foundation, or, you know, based on that makeup look that you're doing. Alright, now that we look like Casper the Friendly Ghost for just a moment, actually gonna go ahead, we can touch these a little bit now that we have majority of it blended out, just so, like I said, we don't look too crazy. Alright, now as you see, that is a full coverage foundation. Get in a little closer here. Those blemishes are gone, my sins are gone, all that gone. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take that Tarte Shape tape, same color light medium, And I don't like to put anything on my forehead just because I found with the Tarte Shape Tape, I do get oily with it even if I set it. So I only highlight under my eyes. I don't use a lot. I just boop, 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 boop. Nothing crazy. Boop, 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 boop. Now, it is okay if it's not even. It's going to blend out and become even. I'm going to go back to that little cheap sponge and really work that in there really close. And also, as you're working it back and forth, as you can see, it is going to clean up any eyeshadow that did try to go in and become a circular motion, which is not cute. You know, we like our V-shaped eye looks, so keep that in mind. I'm just going to pounce and tap, 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 back and forth until it's all nicely blended out. You can already see my dark circles are now gone. My face looks a lot more uplifted, fuller. And we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Same way. Tap, 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 tap. Tap. Continuously tapping until it is all the way blended out. Sometimes it is hard to get to that bottom lash line. So if you tilt your head down just a little bit kind of to the side and look up, you can really get in there without stabbing yourself in your actual eyeball. So just really tap. Like I said, you want to make sure it is all fully blended out. So you do not want any kind of harsh lines or anything. So boom, you see how that looks so much more, you know, lifted. I look awake now. I don't look, you know, extremely crazy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into that same e.l.f. setting powder, same color, sheer, all that. We're going to tap, tap, tap a nice amount of that into the lid, just like so. Go right on in with that damp beauty sponge. Pick up a nice amount, but not a crazy amount of it. And go ahead and set right up under that under eye. I bake sometimes, not all the time. I'm not that much of a baking girl, just because that's when you start to look, you know, powdery and such. So I am going to bake a little bit here, but not too awful craziness. So go ahead and let that begin to bake. I don't cut my cheekbones or anything. I do have more of a slender face, so cutting my cheekbones wouldn't be the best idea for someone like me. So yeah, so now next what we're going to do is we're going to go in with that same foundation brush that we used by Wet n Wild and just grab any kind of excess powder that, you know, just got knocked around in the lid or anything. Tap off any extra and just go ahead and go in. And I like to do brush-like motions until I get to my smile lines. Then I like to go ahead and pat that in, just so we don't have to worry about creasing. I don't really crease anywhere else like that. As far as my face goes, I do, you know, set my entire face just because I do have extremely oily skin. You know, like I said, that's not cute. Nobody wants to deal with that. Tap a little more out, just a little bit. Tap off any extra from the brush, because you don't want to look like a flower bakery or, you know, anything crazy like that. I don't really contour. I will bronze from time to time. Not much though. What I like to do is, you know, blush and highlight. That kind of brings me alive, especially because normally I do use a foundation shade that is just about perfect to my skin. So now, you know, that bake's been on there long enough. It's been on there for about 2 minutes. And go ahead and brush away any excess. Yep, just like that. And actually just go ahead and now give your face a good brushing, just so you know you don't have any excess on there. Brush it all the way down the neck, the ears, just really get in there, and smile lines. You don't want a whole lot of powder all over your face like that. All right, now that we're done with that, it is time for fun. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the blush palette in the color Dark, which as you can see there, they are kind of dark. I'm going to go ahead and take this more peachy toned up here just because it is the lightest shade. Go in with an contour brush by Wet n Wild, actually, just because I do like to sweep it. You don't want to, you know, just dot it on there and then try to rub it out. If you sweep it and then blend in circular motions, it will come out a lot better. So tapping right on in to this first shade, right on up here. Woo, she's pigmented. Knock that extraness off there and just sweep it on there. Like I said, nothing crazy. Yeah, that's cute. I like that. That's cute. It's nothing crazy. It's just a nice flush of color. Even if you want to smile, just so you know you do get the apples of your cheeks, I believe it's called. Because you do want to put some warmth back into the body. You don't want to be looking like Casper all day. Smile again on the other side. Circular motions. Sweep it on there. Just really get it on there. Make sure you are blending that blush out nicely. You don't want it to look like, you know, a clown face or anything crazy. I really love this blush. Good job, e.l.f. on this blush. That's really nice. If you do feel like you have extra, which I don't, but I'm going to do it just to kind of show you guys a little trick. Take a clean powder brush and just a couple times, knocks off any extra. Boom. Good to go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in to the new Illuminating. Did you guys just see that? My pan fell out. Okay, I found it. Try this again. Okay, there we go. This is going to be called the Illuminating Palette in the color Assorted. So what I like to do first, just so I know how pigmented a highlight's going to be, because I'm not, you know, a super blinding girl. Don't get me wrong. I do like a nice glow, but I don't want anything crazy right off the bat. Is I'll just take a nice little fan brush. Once again, Wet n Wild, affordable. And let's see, what shade do we want to go into here? I'm thinking this one. Yeah. So we're going to go into that shade. Just pick a nice amount up on that brush, not too awful crazy, and just see what it does on a dry fan brush first. I mean, it's there, right? Let's do the other side. Maybe it's my lighting. Okay, now I can see it. It's cute. It's cute. I like it for more of a subtle look. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go in, and I bought the Blush Gems. I guess it's considered like a sparkly blush. I'm going to actually use it as a highlight. Kind of reminds me of the Wet n Wild Baked highlighters. And I'm going to go in with my Pro Contour and Highlight brush. I honestly don't even remember who makes this brush. And I'm going to spritz that a little bit just to see what we can pick up. I guess I am kind of feeling a highlighted face today. I'm going to go in here and just doop, doop, doop. Come on, pigment. Where you at? And don't get me wrong. Sometimes I do, you know, get these highlights and I'm like, and then I put it on and I'm light and I'm like, oh, okay. Let's just kind of brush that on there. Okay, she's cute. We're going to go in with our finger. Just because from experience, it's the best. Yeah, come on now. Hello. It's the best way. And if you just tap it on there, then brush it out. Okay, yes. There you go, e.l.f. Yes. That's cute. That is cute. Go ahead and just touch up that other side there. Zoom in. Look at that. That highlight, though. Okay. This, I can live for. This is probably so far one of my most favorite products. It's the Blush Gems. I'm going to, you know, be honest, it's probably considered a blush. It just worked awesome as a highlight. I mean, do you not see that on my face? Woo! Hello! Yes. Let's see if we can get that other side. Yes. Yes, e.l.f. Yes. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag should be, because e.l.f., you slayed today, okay? You came through. So now, I know I said I was going to do a winged liner. I'm not, just because that is going to make things a little more difficult. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go in with the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. It's a mascara. Let's see what we got here. I just got this today as well. Okay, kind of a bigger wand. Nothing huge, nothing crazy. It's about the same size all the way down. And I'm actually going to apply this to my top lashes because I do have another mascara I'd like to try out for my bottom lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and just see what this does. Okay, definitely gives length. Can you tell a difference? A little bit with the length. Not very much volume. Voluminous? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and try it on the other eye. Now, I don't have the best eyelashes in the world. Never have. Probably never will. But, I mean, it coated them nicely. I could feel it grabbing the lashes. As far as volume, I don't really see it. Lengthening, yes. Volume, not the best in the world. So, I also have the L'Oreal Telescope mascara, and I figured since the wand on this is just so tiny that this would probably be great for bottom lashes. I mean, look at this. This wand is ridiculously small. So let's go ahead and get in close here and see what it does. Okay. So far, lengthening, yes. Volumizing, a little bit. Alright, actually, I'm going to do something I never do here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on the top. Let's just see. Okay, can you see the difference? I mean, hello, Telescope mascara, yes. This Voluminous Lash Paradise, skip out on it. It's not, you know, it's not even worth it. Why buy two different mascaras when one does great on, you know, both jobs? So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. Just go ahead and really get in there. See, it does clump though. And I'm going to guess that's because the actual prickly things on the wand, whatever the heck those are called, are not very long. So as you can see, it's actually clumping and giving me spider lashes. Nah, I don't know if I like it that much again. I'm such an indecisive girl, aren't I? Go ahead and apply just a little bit to the top. Okay. It's just, I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I hate it. The Telescope I definitely like better than the other one. Just gonna be honest there. But are either one of them, you know, like Roller Lash or, you know, better than Sex Mascara? No. Are they decent? Will they get the job done? Yes. As you can see, I'm using my towel to try to get that extra bit gone. It's literally not wanting to leave. So are they waterproof? Yes. Sweating just a little bit. It's hot in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette, the Sculpting Silk eyeshadow, the Rose All Day, and take this darkest shade and run that along my bottom lash line. Then go in with the lightest shade just to kind of blend that out so it's not so dark around my eyes. So I'm going to go in here with this nice little tight e.l.f. brush. Pick up just a little bit because we do not want to overdo it, and just run that right there. Just like that. Keeping it very, very close and just the slightest little bit. Go ahead and do the other eye. It's where, I mean, on camera you probably can't see very much of a difference with that. Make sure that connects, you guys, okay? You don't want that to not connect over there on that outer corner, just because it can, you know, start to look crazy, uneven. You really don't want that. And as you can see, I just made a whole line, which, thank God, it's blendable, okay? Thank God these shadows are awesome with the pigment. Woo, those lines, though. Go in and just blend those away. Get more of a denser blending brush here. Go in with that lightest shade to blend those lines away. And boom, that side fixed. And this side. Almost fixed. Ooh, that dark color is pigmented, honey. Alright, and go in just to kind of deepen out that edge that we might have lost in the process. Just to really get that in there. Really deepen out that outer corner. Just so we are doing a neutral, smoky eye look. Making sure not to lose that glitter, though. There we go. I like that. Big powder brush. Dust off any fallout that may have just occurred. Like so. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these lashes. These are the Ardell Faux Mink lashes in the style, random hair, sorry, in the style 810. And I'm going to go ahead and apply glue to these and let these become tacky while I go ahead and do my lips. Just because you don't want to put it on with wet glue, they'll kind of slide around. It's, you know, it's really hard to work with. People ask me all the time, you know, how do you get your lashes on? And trust me, it's not as easy as it looks. You know, I do fight and struggle with them. But, you know, in the end, they come out pretty decent. So I'm going to go ahead and today I'm going to be using the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive in clear, in case anybody's curious. Come on, focus for me. I got this at Walmart. It was like $4. Like I said, I am a Walmart queen. Go ahead and just coat the strip of this lash with that glue. Now you don't want to put too much. Less is more. Because that can also make it harder to apply lashes when you have too much glue on them. So, you know, I try to go in with a light hand. If I need a little more, I'll add a little more as I go. You know, when I start putting them on and I realize, oh, hey, these aren't going to stick in this corner. You can always stick a little more on. It's kind of hard to take it off once it's on there. I'm going to go ahead and snatch this out. Oh, if anybody's curious as to what they look like, that's them. And they were in style 810. Kind of wispy lashes, thick at the band, you know, not too awful bad. Something that's going to stand out but not be crazy, because as you can see, I look a little crazy with no lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and coat this other band real quick, and then we're going to move on to lips while these get tacky. All right, and go ahead and set that down like so. Let those go ahead and start getting tacky. And now for me, as far as getting all the foundation off my lips, I don't really like to go in with, like, you know, a makeup wipe, just because then that's going to take away the foundation that is around my lips. Then you're going to have to touch that up. Then you're going to have to set that. And it just ends up becoming like a whole deal. So what I do is I actually take my setting spray on a washcloth. Doesn't have to be one that you care about or anything. And just dampen that up a little bit. And take your finger and just get that right on off of there. Like so. Nothing crazy. If you feel like you did lose any foundation, which I didn't, you can just tap, 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 tap. Boom. Good as new. Lips are completely, you know, there's nothing on them. They're good to go. I haven't used any lip scrubs or anything. I'm not going to use any lip plumpers or anything. We are just going to become an overdrawn queen today. So what I'm going to be taking for my lip liner is the Key Best Persistent Stay All Day Lip Liner Pencil. I got this from Sephora. It was, I want to say $6. I ended up buying like 3 or 4 individually. Then, of course, on their website, they came out with the 24 pack. It was $35, much worth it. Out of the 24 shades, there's, you know, probably 4 neutrals, you know, some pinks, some reds, some browns, purples, some coral colors. So, you know, it was a great selection. But anyways, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get in kind of close here just so I can really see what I'm doing. And I'm going to line my lips. And I am in overlining on the top queen. So you have to really be careful, because people that know you on the day-to-day and have seen you without makeup, the first thing they're going to say is, when did you get your lips done? And, you know, not all of us can afford to get lip injections. Congratulations to those who can. But for those that can't, we like to overline. So once you get your lips lined and you're happy with the way that they're lined, all right, you can go ahead and take, you know, whatever color lip you want to do. For me, I am going to pair a red lip with this look just because the eyes are, you know, extremely neutral, you know, just like a nice smoky eye, nothing crazy. I'm actually going to go ahead and go into the new, this is also another e.l.f. product, the Ravishing Rose lipstick. These are supposed to be full cover. I haven't used these before. These are brand new. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this and just see here. Hello, pigment. Okay. Oh, and they're so soft and creamy. Like they're almost, they're like a velvety feeling. Got it on my teeth. I love this. It's not matte. Very comfortable. I'm going to guess it is a transferring lipstick. It is. But, I mean, it feels awesome. Can't smell anything. God, it just feels so good on the lips. Look at this, you guys. It's super solid. Nothing crazy. It does have a little bit of a shine to it. It's nothing, you know, major like a gloss would be. But it is a little shiny. So now we can go ahead and go into those lashes because they should be tacky by now. And I like to just go in, grab them right in the middle with either a pair of tweezers or, you know, lash appliers. What I like to do is just go right on in. Oh, it's going to be kind of hard to do on camera. And just set it right on down. And then once I set it down, I can go in with my fingers and kind of move it exactly where it needs to be. You know, if I'm not happy with where it is right away, I can go ahead and kind of move it around a little bit. Which, of course, I always have problems with the inner corner, like I'm sure most people do. You're gonna really want to go in and push it all the way down, right up against your real lashes, because you don't want that space in between. And now I don't know how I feel about these. Go ahead and pop that off for a second. Put a little more glue on there because we could have waited a little too long for it to get tacky. So we're just going to pop a little bit on there. Nothing crazy, just a wee little bit. And now let's try to do it while it's wet. These bands aren't the most flexible. I normally use Kiss lashes when I'm doing a drugstore look. I picked these Ardell lashes up today just because I liked how they looked. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I like them. Let me try trimming them up real quick. I'm back. Had to find some scissors real quick. Let's try trim them up a wee little bit and then see if we like them. I don't know. It's like either they don't fit my eye or the band is just too stiff. Normally, you guys, I promise, I'm really good at putting lashes on. These, I don't think it's me. I think it's the lash. This is my first time using Ardell lashes. Like I said, if I'm going to go drugstore, it's going to be Kiss lashes. I've never had any problems putting on a Kiss lash, whether it's the invisible band or, you know, a thicker band, whatever it is. I've never had any issues. But these Ardell lashes are just giving me a few problems. So what I'm going to do is, sorry if you can't see, I'm going to try to keep it to where you can still see. Just so I know I'm not going crazy here. which I could be. I mean, that is a thing that happens to me. It's like it's the inner corner of them. It's like it doesn't just connect down to your eye. You see what I'm saying? It's like it just sticks up. What is that? Why is that? I mean, there's glue there. I promise you guys. Let's put the other one on and then see how we feel. Because it could be because I have one lash on. See, how much did we trim off that one? Okay. Making sure that we trim the same amount off of both. Applying just a little more glue. I just don't like these lashes, you guys. I'm going to be honest. First impressions. They're going in the trash as soon as I take them off. But let's just see what we think once we get this one on. Because you never know, we might fall in magic love. So, go ahead and grab this one now. Let's see if we can have any better luck putting this one on. It is like craziness. These do not want to like work. I mean, they're tacky. These are not good lashes. I'm sorry. Try this again. Maybe it's going to be 3rd time's the charm like it was on the other eye. Which you shouldn't have to go through all that just to have lashes on, people. But, hey, beauty is pain. Like they're just... Let's just try going in with a finger, okay? Okay, tried it. Won't do it again. All right, you guys, if you guys are wondering why I took off my eyelashes, I can't with them. I've never used these before. They're the Ardell Faux Mink. Luxurious, lightweight with knot-free Invisiband. I can't. They don't, glide onto the eye easily. The band isn't flexible at all. So how it's lightweight, knot-free, and Invisiband, I don't know. They just really wouldn't go on easily. I tried cutting them, a few different times. I tried putting them on, 5 or 6 times. I didn't like them, and I can't. I can't recommend them. I can't stand by something that I don't like. It's just, not me.